the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning, Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes. Woo! And all those people and businesses that support those teen athletes. Dr. D, a little bit of the congestion going on or no? No? Coughing? Are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, you
just
sure?
got all choked up over the start of the show, and the fact
This
that
microphone smell like nachos.
this is the,
30, what, 34, 38, what?
38 pounds.
30 pounds. Everything
All
smells
right.
good over here. You
Nice.
smell good.
I do.
Can you want to see my jeans? Can I show you?
Yes.
Let me tell you know what it is like. What do you always tell me about that?
This is a teen sports radio show, but we're doing a little side
I
here.
know, like
Just-
the mobile that you got to move the top, and then everything below you starts like sliding. What is that?
Okay, so the
Okay, see?
idea is that your family and friends are sort of like a mobile.
But I do it different. What I do is I wear pants until I can just, with the zip and the buttons, until I can just pull them down and go, surprise! And then I go buy myself new pants.
This is a teen show.
I know. Well, no, I surprise myself. Just like, so that's a big surprise.
So the mobile idea is that when one person in your family or in your close-knit friends starts to do things to improve their life, it has a natural trickle-down effect to everyone around them, and that there's encouragement and there's energy to do something positive.
In therapy, we call it, in systems therapy, the idea is that a family configuration has a certain tension. It's almost like a circle where everybody is holding and pulled all the way out. And when one person begins to make a change, then that whole structure collapses. There's a lot of pushback sometimes, and that's when you really need to support someone in perpetuating that change. But eventually, that model starts, as you say, to affect the others. It gives people the idea that you can actually make a change and survive and thrive. And I haven't heard that term that you've used before, but I've always known it as a part of systems psychology, systems therapy psychology.
So I say to you, Terri Cooper, Dr. Energy, you are my queen.
And you are mine.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
See, Dominique. And Dominique.
Do you remember the old love-ins? Were you old enough to know the love-ins?
Oh, but
that was in the 60s, the love-ins. Everybody loved everybody, and that's how social diseases began.
God! Oh, my God.
that was a nice little twist. Mm-hmm.
Ava Burford, you're not supposed to hear any of this. You're our teen queen. You're my teen queen. My Dawn. Put your hands together. Santa Barbara Dawns. Woo! How are you?
I'm so great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And the cheering is cheering.
Oh, yeah. We have a basketball game tonight.
Wow.
So
nice.
Go Dons,
Yeah.
go girls.
Yeah. So how 2017, what are you guys doing? What's the flavor? What's the vibe? What's the feel?
Okay. So we got a lot of spirit fingers, a lot of joy, a lot of hype right now since basketball season is just starting to kick in. So we're all super excited. We have our first league is starting. It started last week. So we're all super excited to see the boys and girls show what they got.
You know, the cheer, because I wasn't really, I watched a couple of those cheer movies.
Oh,
okay.
Bring It On.
Yeah. Who doesn't own it, right?
Oh, I own several copies.
Yeah, the funny thing is you don't even realize, so I don't really know all the positions, okay? So, like, because I look at, you're not a flyer, right?
Oh, no.
No, okay, so you're not that. Okay, so are you the person that catches the flyer? Because you seem to be, like, really strong.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm in the very back.
Right.
I help toss up the feet, and I'm a back spot.
Right.
And then there's the two girls on the side, which are bases, and
Right.
then the flyer is the one that does all the stuff in the air.
Right. So how much is it like, okay, so the flyer has to be the most, I would think that.
The tiny.
That's even, but you would really want to not ever push it. I mean, you don't want to ever get any, because girls, you don't want to stay away from everybody else's boyfriend, right?
Oh, yes.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be like talking and, oh, yeah, that she's up in the air. Yeah, but she just, she went out with Stevie. What? Oh, what?
Yeah. No, that's actually happened. It's happened.
Oh my God! I just dropped her. Oh my!
Like we get all distracted when we're doing a stunt. Like
distracted.
Sometimes.
Yes.
And
Tell me some stories, please. We have time.
Well, okay, so
By the way, I would be the observer who watches the flyer hit the mat. That would be my job.
Practice with mats, though? Serious?
Oh, yes. But not
really.
freshman year. There's a story.
Okay, let's hear
I was on JV, very inexperienced, very awkward, just ganky and long, just freshman. So we were doing cheers, and we had the two bases, very inexperienced. It's all of our first years. We're all trying to figure out what's going on. And we're trying a cradle, which very simple. You put the girl like right at your chest, and then you throw up and then catch her like she's a little burrito, So catching the girl, and then the two bases totally give up, heads collide. One girl's wearing glasses, the whole girl gets all bloody, and then I'm just standing there like I witnessed the whole thing, and the flyer is just like, what is happening? And then our coach told us to run because we didn't do it correctly, but it's okay.
That's a wonderful story for parents to hear. Blood and mess and sadism.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Oh, my goodness. That's so hard.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I know at San Marcos, because your son, he was on, wasn't he?
Yeah, my son Devin went from playing football to being a senior and doing cheer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Absolutely loved it because he loved football. He got
6'3"
injured.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Well,
so
he couldn't play football anymore, so he had to do something.
He was
Yeah.
a lineman. Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But he was so
loved it.
inspired.
I'm like, right on, yeah. You gotta be
That's
kidding.
so cool.
Yeah.
We have one male cheerleader. Awesome. He's an incredible bass, and it just brings a really good a really good aura to the whole team. Everyone's really supportive of him, and it's all just like a completed family. So it's awesome.
Yeah, you really have to be a trusting family to do
Yeah.
this. But what really inspired him was seeing the colleges do the cheer. And he's like, wow, you could actually get a scholarship and go do this.
There's a bunch of scholarships that I know some of the girls last year, and I believe this year, are really looking for that will help them.
When they're playing football, they wear helmets to protect their heads. But I sometimes look at the wonderful, talented cheer people, and they don't have any protection, do they?
No,
Yeah, I mean, how do you keep yourself safe? Do you learn gymnastics first and balance first?
If you're a tumbler, you've learned like years of gymnastics.
Oh, you
but,
do? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But we really try to be as safe as we can. And yeah, girls will get bruises or black eyes or bloody noses. But once you've kind of done that, you kind of figure out how to prevent that from happening. And if we're trying something new, we have a group of girls around us that will catch the flyer. And we have a really incredible coach that is also the head of the kinesiology department. So if something happens, then she is right there.
There you go. The other thing is that when I went to high school back in the other century, literally, a cheerleader was almost like stewardesses back at that time. They were only the most beautiful and the most popular. And I wondered, is that still the way that it is? I mean, if somebody wants to try out for cheer and maybe they're a little overweight or they're not so beautiful, do they have a shot at it? Or is
definitely.
it still the same limitations?
Definitely. Versus like the stereotypical like mean girl doing the tryouts, we have a panel of judges that are usually our coaches or other experienced cheer professionals in the community. But definitely, it doesn't really, our team doesn't depend on looks or beauty or one specific body type. It's all about skill.
Oh, that's really good to hear. It's encouraging. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I've watched some of those competitions, okay, national competitions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I've seen them, doing the various things, the throwing and the flying and the tumbling and on and on. Is there a certain level of difficulty that your coaches will not allow you to i.e. emulating some of those types of moves because you guys aren't there yet, you're not ready for it, you don't have the aptitude yet. You're going to build up to that.
On JV, definitely. They only go up to a specific stunt, which it's like the arms are fully extended on the bases and the girl is on one leg. Usually that's how it was last year, if we could work up to that. But on varsity, it depends, because usually our coach tells us like what stunts we want to do, and if we see something we want to try, she's very open to trying it, which is awesome. But I'm not familiar with like the super hardcore, technical, very difficult stunts, but we have done difficult ones. But if we're willing to try it and there's enough spots around, she would allow that. It just depends on who's basing and who has the skill.
You know, I'm curious. I'm watching acrobatics and also even the Olympics. It surprised me, I don't know if anyone has an answer to this, that when I was a kid, there was a limit to what we could physically do, but now because of learning how the body moves, learning how the muscles work, starting at an earlier age, it just seems like every decade, I see athletes doing things that I never saw them do earlier on.
Yeah.
Is that the case? Is something happening to our bodies?
I believe it's becoming more competitive for scholarships and what the standard, it's being pushed higher. Because when my mom was a cheerleader, there was definitely, well, it might have had to do with the school she went to, but there wasn't the tumbling aspect or the crazy stunting. It was just very like dancing, cheering, like supporting. But I think it's definitely gotten more competitive, which has increased the skill level. So,
how much rehearsal time do you need before you get down a routine?
Usually we practice all summer, and then that's for all the cheers for football season. Basketball season, 1 to 2 weeks to learn a dance and perform it. But for stunting, usually we can get a stunt within a couple practices.
Do you still use pom-poms?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I can recognize it.
I love my palms.
That's great. Well, thank you for all that great information.
You're welcome.
That was a good end. I love this.
Thank you. It's nice to talk. I like
You're very
it.
knowledgeable.
Oh, 2 years.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And, 2 more years we have of you. So excited.
Me too.
It's wonderful. Okay, have you updated 2017? I think I need an update on
I'm
your
still
bio.
in 2014.
I know. I think we need to update that bio.
Yeah, we do need to update it.
Maybe an updated picture, too.
Oh, yes.
You're striking this year.
Thank you.
We're going to listen to some new commercials, too. Dr. D, you killed it. Thank you, Dr. D.
I got to send you a new picture, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to send you an updated, because the picture that's on the website now, that guy doesn't have any hair anywhere.
Hey, let's put our hands together. We've got a couple more thank yous. Like, of course, Santa Cruz Market, always, okay? And we've got the Goleta Jewelry Bar again, okay? Yes. Joanne Skulls. Joanne, we love you. Every time she sells something, she always kicks in a few dollars to the Goleta Boys and Girls Club. How about Goleta Sushi? Huh? Always got to do that, right? And there's a lot more. We'll save them for the next break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Dominique, she's like waving. I guess you have to go next. What do you want to say? All right, it's on TV. What are you going to do?
I don't know if other people are working on their New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
But I started one in the shower. And I thought you might get a kick out of what I do. You ready?
Every time you when you put your glasses on, then you know you get serious. Either that or you're mad at me. What?
All right.
Is this a beepable story? Or
no. This is a kid-safe story. So in the shower in the morning, this year, I've taken on a habit of telling myself a story while I'm in the shower. And this is a story I tell myself. Today, I have enough time. Today, I will get done the things that need to be accomplished today. And if there's something that I don't finish today, it wasn't meant to be done today. Today, I have enough time to finish what I need. And the reason why I'm doing this is I found last year in 2016, I had a lot of days where I was panicked because the day didn't go the way I thought it was supposed to go. And so now I've just found, starting my morning off while I'm in the shower, saying a little mantra to myself that today I'm going to get everything done that I need to get done, and I'm going to let go of what didn't get done and just trust that it wasn't meant to get done today.
That's awesome.
That's incredibly liberating. And most of us run around attempting to do these impossible lists of things and then wind up getting irritable, wind up getting frustrated. At the end of the day, they'll lie in bed and they'll think of what they didn't get done rather than what they did get done. Of course, those are the people sitting on my couch in the therapy office. So that's the kind of thinking that if you aren't setting your intention for the day, if you aren't setting your energetic focus for the day, then that's what can happen.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful that you're setting that mindset because it will follow you through the rest of the day. It'll take you on the path you want to go on.
Exactly.
And it's a wonderful permission. And I think teenagers and young people need to learn that because sometimes kids are expected, a lot is expected of kids to be good at school, to be good at sports, to be good kids, to be socially popular, to behave at home. There's a lot on a kid's plate. There's homework. There's thinking about college. I see nods going on. And sometimes it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so it's a wonderful thing. The thing that you're suggesting is to use some affirmations so that you prioritize and you get done what needs to get done and you let go of the rest.
Yeah.
So thanks for bringing that up.
And then I have one last thing that I end my day with. Right before I go to sleep, I say a prayer and I say, okay, tell me what it is that the one thing that I need to do tomorrow. And then whatever comes to my mind, I write that down and I try to get that one little thing done tomorrow so that I know tomorrow is going to go well. So there's my 2 New Year's resolutions.
Can I add something for you? To give yourself credit every single day for doing a good job no matter what you do.
Oh, I like that.
You need to add the praise and the validation.
Perfect.
Okay.
I like that.
You know, there's another element too, and that is that when you are watching the calendar or the clock, it's the equivalent of watching the white lines on the road. You don't see anything else around you. And when we were on vacation, I was certainly looking at the GPS to make sure we were still on track. But for the most part, we saw things. Matter of fact, we were going north and we got on the 99 and traffic just started to slow down. And we said, no, this is supposed to be a stress-free trip. I reprogrammed the GPS, avoid highways. The next thing I know, we're going through farm field, going in between farm fields. But it was great because we saw things we would not have seen. And it was beautiful. It was green. It was lush. And we took the time, the stress-free time, not to watch the lines on the road per se, but to look around at what was out there. It was, and so when you step away from the calendar, and then of course the whole pressure of I've got to accomplish all of these things today, as opposed to your mantra, you're looking at the white lines on the road. And where's the enjoyment of the life that you are living?
And the white lines today for a lot of young people are cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, they live with it in their hands. I mean, I see this of all ages. I've been recently for a dinner, and there were 5 family members, and every single one of them had their head down into their cell phone. And nobody was talking to each other. And I see that all the time.
There's a medical condition that people are developing because of that.
That's right, an obsession.
No, it's not the thumbs, it's the head, it's the spine.
Yeah.
It's now arched forward.
Yeah.
And now they're dealing with that. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, why is it that you're doing, why aren't you holding it up? Ahead, straight ahead. Why aren't you with a straight back and neck? Why are you holding it down as opposed to up?
And why aren't you talking to the person next to you?
Exactly.
Do you know our bodies are actually designed to be looking up at the stars? That's our natural, comfortable place to be is to have our head slightly raised, our heart above the horizon, and our gaze out looking up at the stars.
So now they'll start projecting cell phones in the sky. Somebody will hear this and get a great idea.
Dr. Energy, I need a tool from
Yes,
you,
darling.
because talk about it. I have
my queen. What
there you
can
go.
I give you?
This is the month of having to take all these like funny exams that I have to take, and I have one particular one. I always like to do the hardest one first. So I have this one exam I have to take it every single year, and it's so hard. And Dominique could tell you how difficult it is because she's been an advisor in a past life as well, and broker and everything like this. So I have to take this exam. So she's gonna laugh. For the last 4 days, I'm like, nobody bother me. I'm shutting everything down. I'm going to be just studying all day. Don't touch me. So I start off every day because I'm going to start at 6, and I'm just going to just power through because I have all these books I got to read and everything like this. So I start off typically, I make my cup of coffee, and yesterday,
That's
perfect.
the problem. You're drinking coffee.
Yeah, drop the coffee. Okay, and then so I go out and I'm ready to go to my office, right? And then all of a sudden, you're going to love this. I see my beta fish and my poor Donald, Donald, the Donald, okay? And he's hyperventilating. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So, so I have to clean the tank, right? So to do that is a big process. So I have to put him in new water, and I got to clean all the tanks. So it's about an hour because you have to make it really nice and everything like this. So then I go outside and I'm all ready, got the books and everything like this, and I plug in the heater, and then boom, right? Then it just blows the fuse, okay? So I've got to fix the fuse. I got to do all this, and it's with all the rain and everything we've been having, right? So I fix the fuse and everything like this, and then bam, because I have to print everything, the printer doesn't work. So I got to pull everything out. I got to unplug everything. I got to pick everything, and now
I have
it's
the
so
solution.
okay.
You need
Well,
to move.
I have not. I know, right? So then it's disgusting back there, okay? Because it does it like
Thank you
the
for
house
sharing
cleaners
that. Thank
haven't
you.
been whatever. So then I got to get the vacuum, okay? So I get the vacuum, I clean everything back there, get the cobwebs.
What time is it?
Right? No, wait. So then all of a sudden, boom! It blows the fuse again, okay? So then I take care of that, and then I do. So anyway, so now I start at 6, and then by the time I get into the house, because the dogs don't want to go outside, we don't want to go there. So then I have to take care of all of that. All right. So when I take care of all of that, okay. So now it's like 2:30. Okay. So then I have to feed, and get ready because I have to pick up the boys because we have Chinese students. Okay. Because I got to get them at like 3:30. So anyway, so then I got to get
Dinner
home.
time.
Got to make dinner and everything like this. So it's just like.
Where'd the studying go?
Yeah, exactly. So how do you do that?
I have a lot of people, women who come into my office who are totally stressed out because they have a full-time job.
Yeah.
Then they come home, and a lot of the people that I'm seeing are single mothers. A lot of people, unfortunately, get divorced, and they don't have help. And so they come in, they've got to take care of the children, the house, the chores, the responsibilities, and do it all themselves. And that is the problem now in our culture. When I was growing up, oh God, I'm going to sound ancient, people lived in family groups, and you'd have aunts and grandmothers and uncles and cousins, and everybody would lend a hand. Now we have to do everything ourselves, everything. And not everyone can afford cleaning people and repair people. And so we're all super stressed. And I think that harkens back to what Dominique said, which is you've got to pick what you need to get done and make it reasonable in the time that you have and be satisfied with what you can get done, because these other things are always going to be coming up. So,
Ava, what do you do when you're stressed out? You've got a huge load.
No.
Crying's good.
Crying actually is good.
We got this Peloton bike. So I go on the bike for Christmas. Like, we got it for Christmas. My mom, oh God, she's like health addict now. She bikes every day.
Nice.
But I go on the bike and I just bike it out for 20 minutes and then go back to my homework, or I take a shower or pluck my eyebrows. I do something to make myself feel better, and then go back to what I'm doing, or I eat something. But I don't know, something to distract myself. I do not go on my phone. I decided, because like 10 minutes going on my phone turns into an hour, which turns into like me finding my cousin's best friend's dog's Instagram. But I try to make myself feel better.
I have a quick question for you, just
Yes.
Do you think that they should put warning labels, on these phones? Because I look at it that I think it's causing almost, a dopamine hit. You know,
Oh, yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it is.
When you get
You know
a
what I
text
mean?
message
Yeah,
and
it
you
is.
hear
you?
that ping,
Yeah.
you get a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it takes the right maturity level. I think there should be more information targeted at teenagers because I feel they're like the most that are using the phone and are.
So when you
phone-ly
and your girlfriends,
obsessives.
all your cheer friends, and you're all going to go out to eat, is it the social? Is it graceful to everybody put their phone on the table? Is it like no phones? I mean, how is it? Like I look on at Bishop, you don't see it. I mean, they're not out.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see when kids walk in school, I see it all over the place. But how is it?
We all did a team breakfast during football season. No one went on their phones, and it
Okay.
was so nice.
Good.
But if I go out to lunch or dinner with some of my friends, usually we don't go on our phones. But I feel it depends like what situation you're in and like how comfortable you are with the people. Because if I'm very comfortable with someone, maybe I'll go on my phone or not go on it at all. But if I'm very uncomfortable with someone, I like.
That's funny because I would look at it the opposite. But see, that's the difference in the generation.
Yeah.
Because I would look at it if somebody was with me, I would take it personally. It was like it's rude because you don't want to be with me. You would want to be on the phone.
That's what my mom tries to get through me.
Right.
Because she allows no phones at the table.
Yeah, well, me too.
Or she tries to instill that like you should be present and like stop missing life and like looking at your electronics.
Bravo for your mom.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. You got a good
So,
mommy.
Thank you. So I try to
All right.
do that.
We're not on TV, but we got the smushy sign. But
Aw,
we're not
dang.
smushing your mom.
Good.
Just rock on your mom right now. Put their hands together. I like that.
Oh, she appreciate that.
There you go. Let's take a short little break. This is Erica Salda. We're going to put our hands together for Saul Alcaraz, right? Everything he does in the community. Thank you, Saul. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Yes, I love it when you bring guests. Your guests
you.
are fascinating.
Oh,
And good looking.
I try.
Terri Cooper says, he's good looking. Wow.
I
That's
can't
it.
comment. I have a boyfriend.
I know. Look at him. He's
blushing.
Yes.
Blushing. He's redder than this microphone.
Yes, see, actually.
He's a lovely shade of red right now.
Oh my gosh.
It goes very well with your black jacket.
Thank you.
Red is in your color wheel.
Okay, so today we have Caden, and he is part of the Santa Barbara High sailing team and the U.S. Sailing Olympic Development Program.
Holy cow.
A lot.
Nice.
This kid does it all.
Yeah.
So, Caden, we got a lot of questions for you today. So, first and foremost, how long have you been sailing for?
So I've been sailing for 9 years now. I started when I was 6 years old, and I was introduced to the sport. My dad introduced me, and I have really taken it since then and made it to where I am now.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
Well, I am.
What kind of boat are you sailing?
Yeah.
I am sailing the laser radial currently on the Olympic Development Program, and we sail these a little bit bigger boat with two people in it called a Flying Junior for high school sailing. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What is Olympic development?
So recently, the U.S. sailing, our governing body of our sport, has decided that we need to do better at the Olympic level and do better at the international level. So they have put together the Olympic Development Program, giving us access to the best coaches in the country and around the world as a very young age. And I've been a part of that since the start, which was around 2 years ago.
Do you have teams like other sports have teams? Or how do you man your boat?
So I sail by myself, but I sail with a team from the Gulf Coast, Gulf Coast Youth Sailing Association, and that's where I have found myself to fit in the best with the best kids and the best coaching. So there are regional teams all around the country. Another one is LISOT, Long Island Sound Optimist team. That's a kind of boat,
But you sail by yourself.
I do sail by myself. Yeah.
How do you work all the sails and the rigs and the jibs and the hoo-has? I mean, how do you do it?
So I have
I know you don't have hoo-has. I'm just
I have a line to control my sail in one hand, and I have a stick to steer the boat in my other hand. So, and then I'm using my body weight and my mind and my arms to control everything.
There's a lot of math involved in sailing?
I would say yes. There's a lot of actual geometry and to get the boat around the course the fastest, and that's our ultimate goal.
And how the rankings? Like all the schools right now have have boys that are participating, or is it just you? How does it work?
So we have so that's all my Olympic development stuff. We have a national ranking for that, but we also have a high school sailing team. And my high school sailing team, we got 13th in the country last year.
Wow.
Out of around 500 teams. So
That's amazing.
So in the county, is Santa Barbara the number one?
Santa Barbara has always been highly ranked. California is the hardest district. We have a...
So out of San Marcos, DP, I think Providence even has a sailor, right?
Yes, ma'am. So we have...
Isn't that adorable? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. I
very
love him.
polite.
Sorry, it's
Very
habit.
polite. Ava, I'm just saying he's very polite. Yes,
Stop,
wonderful. Stop. I'm just saying. I know. Go ahead.
So Providence, DP, and Santa Barbara have a sailing team.
Okay.
And, well, we can brag. We're the best.
Oh, good. I like that. No, it's not. No, when you back it up, it's not bragging.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a statement of fact.
DP hasn't been to nationals in a while. So
There you go.
We
That's
got
fine.
13th at nationals.
Nice. Done. Spank. Oh, no, go.
So when you're
What?
doing a session, are you out there long enough that the weather changes on you and you get into trouble because of, especially what's going on with all the rain?
I try to avoid the rain personally, but we are out there for about 3 hours at a time to practice, and we can be on the water all day for racing. We are close enough to shore and have coaches and resources around that weather usually doesn't become a problem. Only weather that really becomes a problem is lightning, when there's large metal things sticking up in the air that tends to attract some lightning, and we are forced to go in. But besides that, we're usually...
What technology are you allowed to use?
So recently, the carbon fiber has been a big development in our sport, and foils, which allow the boat to actually fly on top of the water, which is pretty amazing. I have not been able to use the technology yet, but carbon fiber is a big development also. Some new parts just came out allowing the use of carbon fiber, which has really been interesting to us.
So do the sailors in the United States do anything different from sailors in other parts of the world?
Well, we all sail the same boat or have the same technologies. We, however, do take a lot of resources from Great Britain and Australia, who tend to excel at the sport. And I don't think any of my Olympic development coaches are actually American, which is actually very funny. But the director is Argentinian. My main coach is British.
Give some shout-out names. We like names.
So Leandro Spina directs the Olympic development program.
Put your hands together.
Rosie Chapman is my main coach. She's from Britain, and she is in Gulf Coast right now. So
Beautiful. Nice. Thank you, guys.
So how have these coaches motivated you to become a better sailor?
My current coach I've been with not for too long, but I think she really sees the potential in me and pushes me to do my best every single time I'm on the water. I would not be at the level I am without that. And where I am now, I really need a coach that knows me as a person more than she knows the sport. So it's really working with her, developing my mental state on and off the water, and getting me to be at my peak performance when I need to be.
That's awesome.
Give me an example when you say that. So, like...
I think sailing can get very complicated, and there's a lot of stuff we can do. So simplifying it down is a problem I have, and it's something very hard to do. So
we'll talk about a little bit more at break, and then we have another segment. So don't go anywhere. Okay, all right.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just stay right there. Don't be moving around on us. All right, let's take a break, hey?
Thank you to Dustin Aliano.
Superior Fitness and Wellness. Thank you. This is Erica Salda. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. This is fascinating. I love to be fascinated. Okay, what I can't wrap my brain around. You have a question, Dee?
I've got one quick thing.
Okay.
I mean, this is Santa Barbara. I would expect that there'd be 50, 100, 200 sailors. How many people total do you have sailing?
I think
4. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. How many?
in our youth foundation, we have a good amount. Probably about 60 committed sailors,
nice.
ranging on all ages. But it really gets smaller as you get to the top of the pyramid and to the more successful kids.
Is it money? Is it expensive or?
I would say sailing's very expensive to fund a campaign.
You have a donated boat, right? The school owns it, or you?
I own
your boat.
everything.
Okay, got you.
The school doesn't play a very big role in my sailing, so
okay,
yeah.
Nice.
So, teams, I see football players, they're always making signals to one another, and baseball players. Mm-hmm. So, do sailing teams have their own private strategies, or is it just everyone has the same skills and it's just who executes them more efficiently or faster than somebody else?
I really think you said it very well. The person who executes, I think we all know what we need to do. The person who executes it best will win the race. So to give you a little background on sailing is a sport where we do races at a time, and races constitute a regatta. A regatta will probably be around 10 to 12 races. We sail into the wind, we sail away from the wind, and then we'll finish. So during that race, my coach cannot communicate with me. It is illegal to do so. But after the races or before the races is when I really get the time to talk to my coach.
And do they ever film so that, football players, they look back at their plays and what they did and what they didn't do?
Yeah.
Do they film you and then you look at it and see where you tacked when you should have ticked?
Exactly, yeah. Film plays one of the biggest parts into developing a great athlete, I think, in any sport. And film is my favorite way of improving and getting better, definitely.
Or why the guy fell overboard or got hit with the boom, swinging around.
Things happen.
Jibe ho!
Yeah, exactly.
Has that ever
Bam!
happened? Someone gotten hit?
It's occasional that I'll get my clock clean, but...
So let's have if we had to do
rare.
a role play, not could I couldn't, be a coach because I would have no clue on what to talk to you about, but if you had to play both sides and you're role playing with yourself, be the coach and then be yourself. So just have like a 2-minute, well, we don't have that much time, but say like a 2-minute conversation. Okay, you get out of the boat, you're probably knackered, right? Exhausted.
Yeah.
Is she going to hand you a banana? What? Tell me what's going on. How's it go? Tic-tac, what? I mean,
my favorite are
that
Cliff
salty
Bars,
breath,
actually.
Cliff Bar. So she's going to run up like a mommy, give you a towel and a Cliff Bar? I don't know. What is it?
I mean, she's not my mom, but
well,
she
no,
could
but
be.
she acts like a mommy because that's
She definitely could be my second mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll drive over to me in her little coach boat, and I
So you're in the water. You didn't get out of the water. You're in the water. Oh,
no, I'm still in the water.
She's got a motor or no?
She's
paddle
got a motorboat.
What?
Yeah.
Paddle?
So
No.
I'll sail up to her motorboat and she'll be like, nice race, and I'll be like, I did terrible, but
Okay.
what
does
can I
she
do
say?
next time? And she'll be like, oh well, I think the right side of the course had a little bit more pressure, wind, which will make you go faster.
Okay.
So, and then I think you need to get a better start, so be closer to line at go.
Okay.
And I think you just need to go out and do what you know how to do and make it really simple, and simplify all your thinking down and just do the essential things, which is be the first one off the line and be the first one to the more wind. And I think you'll win the race, and I'll be like, okay, whatever. Sure. You make it sound easy.
It sounds like your coach is supportive, and I know that some people talk about coaches that are sort of critical and tough and hard and mean. And what makes you most motivated? A gentle approach, a supportive approach, or beat you up?
I actually like the beat you up.
Excuse me, let me step in, all right? This is me jumping in here. Dude! See this blended cart? And I throw it in the water, okay? You ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, now look. Get up to the right, okay? See that guy? He's not better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, first thing I got to do now, if you
You're doing
beat
pretty
him,
good here.
Thank you. If you beat him, you're gonna have fun watching me jump my big body into the water and get that blended card for you. So if you want to dream about that, all right, then you go win this race and you can watch me eating all this food that I brought for you, okay? And I'm gonna be sitting here for a long time trying to fish out this blended card, okay? See, this would be fun. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So that's what you would want to hear.
Yeah. And
You're going to send this to her, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Definitely something this
To everybody.
Oh my God.
What?
I just think it's so funny.
You have no idea. You should have breakfast with us in the morning.
I'm
The boys
there.
got their report cards. It's just been a joy, okay, at our house, right? Dig.
Ooh, keep it anonymous.
We're cool. I mean, really?
Oh, really? Now it's my turn. Suddenly I'll get the mic in my face, say something brilliant.
Terri, how would you coach him?
How would I coach him? I would say, how do you feel about yourself?
No, it's true.
You're mocking me on public access television
I love you.
and on radio.
I love you.
The
I
comment
would
about
say
feelings.
to you, how do you feel about what you did, and how can you turn it around if you don't feel good about yourself, to look at it in a way that you'll learn from it, you'll grow from it, or do you want to continue to beat yourself up about it?
Yeah, and we do have this conversation a lot. That's more of the conversation we'll have after a day's
Right,
racing
right.
and when we're done. But I think it's really important to be a little more constructive and like harsh during practice, and then when it comes to the racing, we're a little less nicer, and that helps me perform better.
I know you're going to be really excited. We're going to have to take a break, but when we get back, we're going to find out how Ava would coach you. All right? So nobody go anywhere. All right? This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday.
9 a.m. Oh, Dr. Energy, where else can you find us?
Oh, gosh, you can find us all over the place. You can find us on Instagram and YouTube, and we're Twittering all the time. You should see us. We Twitter like a twerker. It's terrific. And we're, of course, on... That's such an attractive thing. And then we are on AM 1290, of course, and then on teensportsradio.com.
Nice. Thank you,
right.
Terri
All
Cooper.
right.
Woo! Yeah, we love you. All right. Ava, come on now.
Okay,
right.
so
Role play. Okay, gets out. You motor on up.
So motor up. I took
Good.
off my big cop sunglasses. If you lost the race, I'd just look at you, shake my head, and I'd motor away. But say you won. I'd take off my big old cop sunglasses. I'd give you a knowing nod, and I'd motor away. That's my coaching technique.
This sounds like the Olympic coaching me. That's about what he does.
Say nothing, but you know everything.
I love that.
Let me ask
So
you
evolved.
one final question before we close the
I
program.
love that.
What is it about sailing that you like the most?
I think what really keeps me back on the water every single day is just the experience, and I feel like a different person when I'm out on the water. I'm very connected and very focused. It's something I'd never really experienced before. I started in I still don't experience anything like it to this day.
You know, it's interesting. Sailing and also cross-country running are two sports where you're in nature.
Yeah.
And there's a very interesting elevation of your spirit and the endorphins that get released being out in nature. So I can see why it's so addictive.
Yeah.
Hey, put your hands together, everybody. Thank you so much. Wow. I want to make a quick little announcement. We started a little campaign here. It's been kicked off for a little over a week here. It's up on the site. Check it out. Something's Good Organic has teamed up with us, thanks to Sasha Colbert. Thank you very much, Dominique. Did a nice little logo for us, and we are calling it Live to Love SB. We have a logo. It's up on the site, and we wanted to put a little spin on not being able to water our front lawns. So Ava's like, oh, I didn't read the email. Yeah, okay. So what we did is we have a little logo, and what we're doing is, putting a little twist on it. I know we've had a lot of rain, so it's really kind of funny that we can't water our lawns because, the universe is saying, here it comes. So what she and Teen Sports Radio have done with the support of News Press Radio is we are saying, hey, replant your lawn with food. So it's basically food, not grass. And what Something's Good Organic is going to do is give you a subscription for 4 weeks, all right, of their food delivered. So all you got to do, guys, is send us a picture before and after, and it's still a little wet for, to pull it out. But all you got to do is replant your lawn with food. All right, shoot us a picture before and after, and it makes sense, right? Eat it.
Low water drip irrigation.
That's it. And be able to eat it. It's a cool thing. It builds community.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool, huh?
I like
Grow
that.
food, not grass.
That's it. Grow food, not grass. God bless Santa Barbara. Join us. See you next week.